All right. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Freedom Based Live channel, the freedom to be yourself and of course myself. In today's episode, I'm going to feature something that's very special and different that once you implement in your life, you're able to love yourself more. And at the same time, right, have harmonious relationship with yourself and others, and of course, your environment. So today, right, I'm very, very honored to have invited here teacher Terelyn, all right, who is the founder of Pseudo Feng Shui in Singapore, where you can instantly, right, apply simple Feng Shui techniques to multiply your income, even if you don't understand classical Chinese. Yes, yes. So what is so special about, and unique about teacher Terelyn's Feng Shui techniques is that, right, she in fact teaches Feng Shui without using I Ching, or rather some of you say I Ching, Bagua, and even Luopan. She carefully and in fact, right, cleverly customized, synthesized, right, ancient Feng Shui techniques and cosmic principles of Qi, right, into modern English, so that even non-Chinese people like you who are watching, right, can learn and apply Feng Shui solutions immediately and effectively. Okay. Now, what's so great also about Teacher Terelyn is that she's being an established speaker to many, you name it, okay, at least 80, okay, to 100 already, all right, ready to multinational corporations, you name it, okay. I can name a few, like Lego Singapore, right? We also have, she has also spoken to Singtel Telecommunication Limited, Sony Singapore, 3M Singapore. Well, in fact, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on, okay, all right. And many of them, in fact, are Fortune 500 companies. So she has really been very established and a great trainer also, right? In fact, teacher Terelyn also have been appearing on radio. Like what kind of radio, right? Her radio podcast is being featured weekly. That means it's every week in our Singapore local radio station, Love 97.2 FM. 好运一周, all right? She shares different topics every single week. Like, the most recent topic is how to actually raise the benefactor's luck and vibrations. And of course, she will analyze and announce good luck ranking every week, in the podcast, in terms of your wealth, your health, and good pitch, whatever blossom luck that you have, career or whatever, okay? And according to your zodiac, what is on the list and how to strengthen it and how to resolve it. So she gave practical suggestions. It's not those woo-woo thing that you have actually seen in the theory, all right, or heard or say in TV. Yeah, she gives practical suggestions that you can almost immediately use already. So later on, right, she'll be sharing 3 big things. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, so stay tuned. So let's give a warm welcome to Teacher Terelyn. Woo-hoo! Yes.
Hi, thank you for the introduction. So I'm feeling a little shy now. Okay, so many people see myself as a Feng Shui master, so Feng Shui practitioner. I actually would love to see myself more as a person or a practitioner or professional who go around sharing Chinese culture's accents. And part of it, I mean, obviously, it's we talk about this general term called Feng Shui. So Feng Shui, yes, I need to clarify this. In fact, all Feng Shui, typically, everyone think and know that it came from, it has to came from eating, and then you have to use Bagua, you have to use, say, compass and all this to see Feng Shui. Yes and no, it's the matter of which level you're talking about and which school of thoughts you're talking about. But after majority of my client, I would have to say, people who doesn't know Feng Shui at all. So you tell them Luopan, they do not know how to start the orientation from. Tell them eating Bagua, they say, I can't even read Chinese, for example. Now, the thing is that being someone who is really, really proficient in Chinese and English, and in fact, I read also the ancient texts of Chinese. So I am able to translate it and ground it down to simple, understandable, let's call it practice for my clients. Feng Shui, it's all about the relationship between human race or human beings like us and our environment. How do we achieve peace and harmony? It's all about ergonomics in modern terms. right? So if you talk about, it starts with ergonomics, it starts with, say, mental grace in living in an environment. I give you one simple example, right? So do not think think about feng shui as something very huge, very big. It must involve formula, flying stars, blah, blah, blah. Actually, it all started from Feng Shui 101. Keep your space clean. Keep your space clean and tidy and neat. As you can see, this is my study room. You can see that on my right-hand side, it's a huge cabinet all the way constructed to the ceiling, head to toe, right, or top to bottom. The reason why I do so, this is feng shui. That means without using compass, without using principle of I Ching and Bakwa, this is already good feng shui. I love to conceal and cover up all my nitty-gritty, junks and everything inside a big or inside my cabinet. So if that's the case, then you don't see anything. If you don't see anything, your eyes don't see, and then your space is clean and simple, that is already good feng shui. So most of the time I preach feng shui, I share feng shui as part of like a Chinese culture understanding of feng shui, which I came from the culture side to share with my audience. That's the reason why a lot of people think that how I share feng shui, it's easy to digest, easy to understand. And some of the company that you listed just now, I go and give them workshop, sometimes about 12 zodiac. Yes, that's part of Chinese feng shui. And sometimes they will tell me, ask me things like, Teacher Terelyn, what's auspicious in a wallet? Obviously, you ask me, I would say the first thing has to be money. And then they say, but now it's cashless, but I still love the feeling of touching money. So I also give them things like, what's an auspicious wallet feng shui and things like this. And these are the things that people love and people enjoy. And that's an old Chinese saying, meaning as long as you are happy, everything is good. When you are happy, dopamine spikes and many other happy hormone spikes, and naturally you have good health. You have confidence, you're motivated, you are happy, and people around you are attracted to you. And naturally, what we call patron supporters will be around you. So it's like a logical thing. So actually, feng shui, do not think too complicated. There are different levels of feng shui, because here we're talking about the yang zai feng shui, not the yin zai feng shui, meaning we're talking about the yang feng shui, which is living, not the yin. Because if it's the yin feng shui, then there's a lot of formulas and all this into consideration. For yang feng shui, a few principles you just need to stick to: happy, graceful, neat, simple. That itself is good feng shui. So Ashley and I had actually spoken about how do I help people sometimes, right? How do I help people sometimes? I would say that where I came from, like I say, I see myself first thing as a promoter of Chinese culture, the candy part of Chinese culture. We are not the superstitious feng shui practitioner. Some people even call us the modern feng shui practitioner. I have no issue, because thing has to be updated. That's where we're staying now, in a small, tiny island country like Singapore. We no longer have the luxury of like a clear river running from your right to your left, no mountains at the back, and in front you must have some water or whatever. You can tilt your door this way and that way. If you're staying in so-called public apartment, you can't do anything like that. So it cannot mean that you're not going to stay in a house. You have to stay in a cave so that you have all the natural chi and all these things. So we have to update everything with modern feng shui. So yeah, the thing is, I just give you one example. I did a feng shui audit, house feng shui audit for a very successful young executive. Very successful young executive, dynamic, motivated. So he has his own apartment in early 20s and or rather early 30s, about 30s, I think so. Yep. And the thing is that everyone talking about you can't have open kitchen, because open kitchen, then it's no good. It's not a good feng shui, blah, 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 blah. Can we get it done with an open kitchen if you really like it? Because house is getting tinier and tinier. Every designer want open feng shui, and we want one open kitchen, and so many owners too. So they want to have open kitchen, and but it's against feng shui principle. So how? So they hire me there. My question, I think what I said to him, initially is a good news to him. I have open kitchen. I pulled down my kitchen door and wall, and I have open kitchen. If you feel that makes you happy, then you go ahead. Now, the thing is, with limitation like a smaller place in Singapore like this, right? Uh, let's make it this way. Once you open your door, you almost see dining table, which is supposed not to be there. You can see it from your main door. You're not supposed to let people see your dining table, not your kitchen, not this, not that. Then no need to leave. So we have to update our feng shui. I would say one of the greatest happiness I can give my clients, or I can help my clients with, is to give them the flexibility of the design of the ideal home. Ideal home is so important. We have to match that. And number two, we still keep basic, most important feng shui principle, and they're happy about it. So as long as they're happy, I believe their life will be good. So this is part of my job, and I enjoy doing that because I enjoy telling people, please, spring cleaning, if you can, not every year, but every quarter. Throw, dispose, give away, donate. Keep your life simple, right? And that I help a lot of people save a lot of money. After I keep pushing people to do spring cleaning on their home, on their office and all these things, they feel that, hey, actually I have so much unnecessary things. And it cluttered up, it wastes money, blah, blah. And thereafter, they always tell me they 改过自新 already, 知错能改. They're not going to buy so many things and clutter their living space anymore. Then I feel sorry because we need people to stimulate the economy right now. We need people to spend right now to make everyone happy, keep their job, and it all comes back to them that, you know, if economy is good, everyone has their usual pay rise, promotion, big bonus, and all these things. So actually, I feel happy with my job, really happy.
Wow,
Yep.
thank you, teacher Terelyn, for actually sharing, right, that, you know, yang feng shui and yin feng shui, and yang feng shui is about helping people to be just, you know, happy, graceful, and simple. And that's what is really my channel is all about, freedom-based life channel, right? It is to have simple life habits. And I am actually a beneficiary of teacher Terelyn's advice. Okay, I'm one of her clients also, and I've already felt that simple things that she asked me to do has already elevated my energy within a week's time. And she uses very simple things, you know. It's not really those big woo hoo wah wah wah. Don't know what, put here, put there, you know. Knock the door like what teacher Terelyn said, right? Knock here, knock there. It's nothing to knock. It's just very simple techniques that is available everywhere in Singapore and even in your countries too, that you can use to adopt. All right. And yeah, and in fact, right, from what I have heard so far, it is actually one thing that it differentiates you, teacher Terelyn, from other feng shui masters. Will you say that there are other things that differentiates you from also other feng shui masters? Besides keeping things simple, you know?
Yes. First, I would say keeping things simple and people able to understand, that's one thing. And another thing is that my school of feng shui, we are very hard focused. We're very hard focused. We still care about form feng shui, like physical environment. Like I say, I pointed out a few to you already. Your space has to be less cluttered, has to be simple, and make sure everything is not on the way. So economically, it is convenient. That's one thing. That's form feng shui. But in our school of feng shui, we focus a lot on heart, on the heart. And some people call it heart feng shui, or rather we call it heart feng shui. Yes, that means what, you've got to be really happy, have an open mindset, and be ready to blend with not just Mother Earth, your environment, and people around you. I give you some example. Some of the companies that you mentioned just now that I had given corporate workshop to. So some of them are actually, I would say, historically, they could be quasi-government or even government-related company, for example. But they are hiring me not always to give topic on feng shui, but like, for example, 12 Zodiac is Chinese New Year. We talk about racial harmony. We talk about Singapore as a place or the country that we appreciate one another culture. Like, for example, if somewhere there's a talk and talk about Taiposum, or talk about, say, Hari Raya, cultures, history, custom and all these things, I will be there if I'm available, because I want to learn about my fellow countrymen, exciting melting pot of people from all backgrounds, different countries, origin, different races, and all these things. I'll be there. So how did you see Feng Shui? Feng Shui is also about the heart. You have a heart that it's open, and you can respect what other people is enjoying in their own so-called roots, language, food, and all these things. And you feel happy, and you'll find soon that this whole world, it's like a big playground. It's going to be very, very happy. So I give you one example. Some of the company I've spoken to, like say Chinese New Year, typical of them to ask me to go around and talk about 12 zodiac. So then actually I will let you know, a lot of time, pre-COVID times, so we still have live sessions. So I'll go to that company, live sessions. Sometimes you have like 50, 100, or even 200 people. And I realize people who are so curious, so excited, and ask a lot of questions are actually non-Chinese. So we have Caucasian, we have Indians, we have people of all races, so curious. Teacher Terelyn, I'm born in this year, I suspect I'm a rat. I suspect I'm an ox. So is this color, is this correct? Da, 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 da. And all these things, they become like, hey, we are ready to find out what's the fun thing in your culture. So I would say Feng Shui, it's not a superstitious thing. Feng Shui itself, it's about how to live happily, interaction of human, let's call it physical environment, and also let's call it mental level or heart level. Be graceful and be happy. If your inner world is beautiful like a garden, you are happy. Every day is in paradise. So this is the uniqueness that we think Feng Shui, our Feng Shui has in that's our unique point, because we don't separate. In fact, we try to unite.
Wow, thank you, Teacher Terelyn. Yeah, and I really resonate with what you said about, coming from the heart, right? The heart Feng Shui, because how important it is, like what you have said, when a person is happy, you attract happy things into your life. Of course, I mean, this is really scientifically proven already, right? Which is something like what the world is now talking about is the law of attraction, if you have all heard of it. So with the heart Feng Shui, when you are happy, you attract happy things. And then when you want to keep things simple as it is, to get things out of the way, for example, in the house, yeah, when you declutter every quarter, I really second what you said, teacher, because I actually declutter my house every quarter of the year. So by the time when the Chinese New Year arrived, right, there's not much clutter for me to declutter anymore, because I keep it clean so much. And every week I keep my house clean. So that's how I'm able to have a clear space. And it's important, right, Teacher Terelyn, that we need to have a clear space also, right? So that we can be kind of like seeing things in better perspectives and even more positive, when a person that clear, happy, there's no filters, right? And great things will definitely be attracted to you. Correct, teacher?
Definitely. You think of your own study table or your own say office desk. It is
Yes.
so cluttered. Sometimes, frankly speaking, instead of being more efficient, it's the other way around. You can't find your things here. You don't have the space, and then you turn around, you drop your cup on the floor, that kind of stuff, because there's simply no space for files and blah blah blah. So, well, isn't that benefiting prosperity in a way or another, because you're more efficient at your work? So prosperity is a natural thing to come if you're efficient, motivated in your work.
Correct.
Yeah, so
correct. Yeah, thank you. So right, I know along just now the interview, you have already given us really good tips, and great ones that can help to better our lives already. Is there any actually 3 greatest Feng Shui tips, right, that you can actually provide for our audience here once they implement in their daily life, regardless of their horoscopes, their bazi, or what other masters said about their elements that are so detrimental to their lives? Once they implement these 3 big things, right, they already can start to have better energy and life.
okay, so actually I still insist the Feng Shui 101 principle. The first thing about good feng shui, you can achieve very good feng shui even without knowing I Ching, Bagua, Luopan, blah, 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 and all these things. It's really to keep your space clean. I mean, every space clean, not just your desk, not just your bedroom, including the toilets. Make sure you keep it clean, including the kitchen. All right. That's one thing. Number two, be happy. Be happy. And how to be happy? As you know, I'm a metaphysics person, or people call me a spiritual practitioner. So sometimes the way we speak are like that, a bit abstract. So some of you may not understand. What I meant by be happy is sometimes if always audit yourself. If you always find your time agitated easily, I don't like this person. I don't like the way he or she say this. I don't like this food. I don't like that dog keep coming up in front of me for what? I don't like this. I don't like that. So if you find yourself constantly in this situation, I would say that maybe just be an observer. Do not go into too much of judging things, what people say, even if you like or don't like it. If you don't like it, you can always politely deny or stay away from it. Like, for example, if you don't like someone and that someone is not bloodline related to you, you can always, like I say, spring cleaning, take out your handphone, delete away that name, and that's it. So we shouldn't carry so much of physical possession, or neither should we carry emotional or mental baggage and keep going on with things. You don't have anything to lose. Unless this person is bloodline related to you, you have a karmic obligation or you have a relationship obligation, you got to go on, then you got to work things out. So first thing is declutter the space. And number two about good feng shui is declutter your mind and your heart, right? So that is prerequisite. So the third one that's so important is having a healthy body, good health. Good health, it's prerequisite or precursor to almost every materialization. If you don't have good health, I hardly hear people who doesn't have good health, they are happy relationship because they don't have the energy to attend to their loved one or provide for their loved one. I hardly hear people without good health that can be successful or very successful in prosperity wise, because you don't have the energy. Even if your dad left you a big empire to handle, you don't have energy. Even if you build a strong empire, business empire in the first half of your life, second half of your life, you don't have the energy to even follow up. So then good health is prerequisite to all these things, isn't it? A happy life, a successful life. So, and a lot of you didn't know, actually, I'm a certified professional, let's call it wellness practitioner or nutrition and food advisor. So I want to let all of you know, eating well is super important, super important. I am a bit sad to say that when I observe our local so-called food culture generally, I think people always neglect vegetables. I'll just give you some example. What is a typical lunch and dinner for Singaporean? I was like that too. I grew up in Singapore. I'm a Singaporean. I'm born here. So what happened is that you look at char kway teow, right? You only have mainly kway teow. If you're lucky, 3 prawns, 5 pieces or slices of what you call fish cake. And then if you're lucky, 20 taugeh. So you look at it, it's really off balance, and hardly people will be like me. I will really go around to hunt for a plate of vegetables. And what are the second thing that Singaporean love? I mean, one of the other one that Singaporean love, say, am I fair to say chicken rice? They look at chicken rice, it's just chicken and the rice.
Yes.
Protein and carbs. And actually white rice could be classified as processed carbs. And if you're very, very lucky, you have like 3 cucumbers, 2 slices of tomatoes. You don't know when they cut it. Do they pre-cut it, right? And stuff like this. Because we know that fresh vegetables and plants like this, plant-based food like this, if you pre-cut them too long, you may lose some nutrients and worse, expose them to germs and bacteria. So then what else? In the morning, chi chong fan. Where's the vegetables? Yeah, where's the vegetables? And then I don't know, you know what I mean, local food culture. So I'm not here to criticize. I'm not saying that you don't eat chicken rice anymore. You don't eat char kway teow anymore. I just say, always remember to get a plate of vegetables, greens for you, for yourself, in addition to your favorite chicken rice, in addition to your char kway teow and all these things. So let's sum up the 3 simple points. First, keep your space clean, less cluttered. Number 2, be happy. Always have an open mindset to accept people have different opinion or point of view as you. Respect them. If you like it, go along. If you don't like it, you don't have to be angry. You just decline politely. And number 3, simple. Be healthy. Eat well. That's it. These are the 3 things that's talking about feng shui, good feng shui. A lot of people have misconception about feng shui. Generally, a typical, in an ancient time, if you are a feng shui professional or practitioner, you not only master formula, you have to also master meditation and what we call qing qi shu hua, meaning music, calligraphy, painting, drawing, basically art. And you have to be widely read a lot. Let's make it this way. Knowledge is one of them. Wisdom is another one. Meditation is one of them. And a lot of people didn't know the last one was actually what we call meaning we have to talk about, let's make things simple in modern days understanding for you. Yangsen, Yangxing, meaning be a health practitioner, or at least know how to keep yourself or your body healthy, or at least help people, advise people on how to keep the body more efficient. It's only with an efficient and healthy body, then you can talk about spiritual progression. They can talk about you're strong, you have the energy, then you can help a lot more people. So these are actually what I'm doing. So a lot of people was wondering, hey, Terelyn, why are you into all these things? I'm like, hey, this is real feng shui masters, that we have to really seek lifelong learning, searching, seeking of knowledge, how to help ourselves and others live well, live better. And you can't do without a healthy body. You can't do without a happy heart. You can't do without a simple and efficient ergonomics environment. So that I sum up what I do in my business.
Wow, thank you, Teacher Terelyn, for all these 3 big tips, which is so crucial. They are all very crucial to, in fact, for a human being, any human being, right, that is living on Earth, to have, decluttering yourself, the space. Number 1, number 2 is to be very, very happy. Number 3 is to have good health. So I have done these 3, and I'm still progressing, all right, progressively doing these 3. Yes. And of course, being a simple person like me, right? Teaching people about simple life habits, featuring myself in videos. I'm actually keeping things also very, very simple. And that's the reason why I've also written a book, right? That's actually called Simple Life Habits. That's all it is about, how to keep yourself happy, right? How to have good health, eat really very healthy. And you're right, Teacher Terelyn, every single meal I will have a big plate of vegetables. And that actually keeps my energy flowing and have the efficiency to do what it takes. So yes, Teacher Terelyn, could you actually give me one example of your successes? Like, it can be a testimonial, it can be a breakthrough story of someone who have actually used just very simple things that you have advised and have a breakthrough.
Okay. So I have one story to tell. I'm a storyteller, right? So this is actually, I wouldn't call it testimony, but let's call it, say, what my customers feedback to me of the service they engage us. So once I had a student who told me that her health is in bad condition, and so's the husband, and then they don't have kids. So then I was looking at the situation. I say, okay, fine. Because for health thing, it's really urgent. I can't wait to say that you wait for my appointment 2 months later, then I go there and take a look and take 1 month to implement, 3 months later. I don't know what happened to you already, right? So instantly, since it's my students always a priority, I said, do a poor, quick and fast and efficient one. Take a video and show me. So I say, I want you to take a video of your house, especially your living room, your master bedroom and all these things. And then you do a 360-degree video for me. So immediately she used her iPhone and sent it to me. So when I look at everything, I was telling her, Feng Shui 101, your place is simply too cluttered. I see old newspaper lying around. I see like clothing, like they've not folded for many days. I see a bit of stain. I even can spot a bit of stain on the bed sheets, even in the video. What does it give me? It is germs and bacteria, dust, isn't it? Maybe it's why people have ill health. Myself, I am a childhood eczema case, right? So I know quality air, clean bed sheets, and all these things is so important. And I'm a working professional. So I also know that, well, if you have a clean, hygienic, non-cluttered environment, it actually benefits your rest, your sleep, and you got higher immune system, isn't it? When I look at the toilet, I was also horrified. Is this a toilet or is this like a secondary storeroom? And we all know toilets, it's moist, damp, wet. We know it encourages germs and bacteria and all this. And you know, some of us have sensitive nose, lungs, and sensitive systems. So instantly I say, okay, please execute Feng Shui 101. Clean up, clear up. Even if you have to take you 1 month or 2 months, even though I bluffed you, this is not Feng Shui, it will benefit you. Definitely, this is part of Feng Shui. Feng Shui is not just about formula, 布局, 布阵, then here plays a Feng Shui, I think, Lopan, there plays a Pishu or whatever. It's not only that, it's beyond that. This, yes, is part of Feng Shui. But get the basic thing first. I dealt with her dirty and unhygienic living condition. Even if I put like, 10 kilograms of crystals there, 10 tissue there, 12 dragon here and there, I'm just kidding, all right? But whatever you do, you're not going to get her back to good health. It is really, really the most subtle part of Feng Shui, because Feng Shui is a very broad category. Feng and Shui, it's not about wind and water, even though in direct translation is wind and water. It's about the flow, the energy, the moving atoms. Therefore, we talk about Feng, it's moving air particles or atoms, right? I talk about water. We know in Feng Shui, we talk about moving water. That's so what ancient people want to tell us is not about where's the wind, where's the water, where's the flow of the river. That's secondary. Perhaps what they want to tell us is that Feng Shui is a system of what? Flow, frequency, energy. Let's call it space efficiency, including clean air, clean, say, mind and body. So all these are under frequency, right? So what I asked her to do is clear it up. So she was like, yes, but I'm busy. I'm busy. On your right hand, it's health. On your left hand is your work. They're not going to last too long without good health. So the prerequisite should be health. So I told her, life is full of simple decisions. Don't think too complicated. You want health or you want bust in about maybe 1 or 2 or 3 years time, they may develop a more serious illness, right? So instantly she say health. Then I say, yeah, if you already determine what you want, then execution, be focused, get it done. So it took her 2 months to get things cleaned up, done, do a video to me. And thereafter, she just say amazing without, further doctor medication, attention, or whatever. She and her husband both are doing well again, and they are more motivated. They feel happy and stuff like this, and they feel healthy again. I say, yeah, good. So this is one typical simple Feng Shui that everyone, in fact, everyone on planet Earth should execute, right? So this is one of the example why I always say You don't have to know the 易经八卦罗盘 and a very sophisticated formula, then 布阵布局 to attract good health, wealth, good relationship. Just a little bit to add on. She also told me about other than poor health, relationship with spouse, which is the other sick half, like her, it's not good. Prosperity also affected. Then look at it logically. I want everyone who see this video, I hope the small gift or takeaway you can have today, it's about, look, if you have poor health, you don't have the energy, obviously relationship cannot be good because your spouse wants attention. Your spouse is also in pain and sick. And then you can't attend to her because you are sick too, right? And frustration came out because sick people always have a lack of happy hormones. Let's make it this way, low in production of happy hormones and all that, they feel unhappy, isn't it? And so they get agitated easily. So relationship went bust. And then in-laws, whoever call them, they snap at each other because they simply don't have the energy to attend to all these things. And lastly, we talk about prosperity. How to get that promotion when your boss look at your face, you're always forgetful, you're always sick, you're always pushing away job because you simply don't have the energy to attend to it, and you're always late for morning meetings because you are sick, right? So isn't it a logical thing? So I want everyone, and I hope you see me not as a feng shui master, but see me as a sharer, a person who share Chinese culture part on how we can live better. Yep.
Wow, thank you, Teacher Terelyn, for giving us the 101 Feng Shui 101 greatest tips that can actually help to elevate our energy and have a better life, attract better people into our lives, and have all the great health and wealth. Yes. So how do people actually find out more about what you do?
Okay. If they want to find out what I do, you can go to my Facebook. All right, we have a Facebook, and the Facebook is Terelyn Crystals, Terelyn Crystals, Terelyn Crystals. That's my Facebook address. So you can go to my Facebook, and you can ask any question there. You post any question there. Very, very high chance I will be the one that reply personally, because I love to hear from my audience or the public to have a feel of what's going on now. What people are thinking right now, because previously was pre-COVID, now it is COVID time. A lot of people is having different set of challenges and difficulties. We always need to be very hands-on and know what is the needs of our audience. So likely, high chances, I'll be the one that replied personally. So you can catch me there.
Wow, thank you, Teacher Terelyn, for giving this really great gift of love from you to people who can interact with you. Yes. So TerelynCrystals, right? .com, right? Yes. Okay.
Yep.
So I will include in the links in the description. And may I have your permission also, Teacher Terelyn, to actually include the podcast from the radio, right? And even the links there that people can join your Facebook group, can actually listen to you even if they understand Chinese.
Sure.
Yes,
If they understand Chinese, they can go to the podcast link. That is my attempt. Seriously, that's my attempt to give everyone a little motivation or little direction to feel happy for a week, something like that. And for those who are English speaking, I have a Facebook Live session every Sunday at, I think, 7 or 7:30. So for those English speaking, you go there, you post any question, you ask me live, I will reply you on the spot. So yes, Ashley, thanks. Just start sharing happiness.
Yes, definitely. I will actually include those links into the description below in the YouTube video. So thank you, Teacher Terelyn, for this morning's interview and really sharing great tips to all our audience here. And thank you very, very much. Goodbye.
And I want to thank you too. I want to wish you success in your channel, your new books, and also your life. And I want you to live like a light bulb and shine to people around you.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. See you.
See you.